Oh, what's up? Hey, I'm Flesh Wound Dan. Welcome to Flesh Wound Horror Live. I'm joined by producer Todd.
I did it last time, and I'm going to do it again. I'm throwing my rating out right at the beginning, so I don't want to hear any shit. 0 for using footage of Heart Target. No Van Damme. Kruger, welcome.
Hi.
Welcome.
I'm drinking too, Dan. It's okay.
What's up, pugs?
Namaste. Todd, I'm glad you're doing well enough to show up.
I can't guarantee I'll be on a next one, but so far,
Understandable.
I sucked it up for this.
So yes, Halloween ends. The end of an era.
Well,
This will
till
be interesting.
Paramount start making them. It's the end of the
Yeah.
Blumhouse era. We'll get another Halloween. Evil never dies.
So yes, shout out to the chat. And before we get into all of that, just want to thank you guys so much for putting up with us all throughout October. Shows every day. And just to pimp out, patreon.com/fleshwoundfeatures all starts at just $1. Exclusive content and lots of cool stuff on Patreon. We're working hard this month, and we appreciate you patrons.
Dan
So,
guarantees
yes.
hatless picks for Halloween.
We'll see. We gotta get a lot higher. We gotta. I don't know. There's a tier for that. It could happen.
That's
But-
the tier we give them $1.
So yes. So anyways, I'm really curious tonight. I'm really curious in general. I haven't heard from too many people. I've heard from a couple people who made very general comments, but I'm not going to try and tip my hat too much. But I'm very curious what the general consensus is.
Before you jump in, I just want to ask, because I know you and Kruger talked, was what you guys heard before what you got?
Pretty much
For the most
absolutely
part.
for me.
Okay. I was just curious.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And for any newbies tonight that haven't listened to us before, we're going to have a non-spoiler review, so we'll give you our general thoughts and everything. And we will have a warning, a very good warning, air raid siren, and a visual warning as well when we get into our spoiler talks, because we will have spoilers, obviously. There's
Already
a lot
being
to say.
requested.
Hatless Dan. Well, you gotta make it rain.
The Patrons request it, they get it. That's how this works, Dan.
Oh, you got to make it rain for that one, Todd. I'm sorry. Yeah, you get some bonus shows, but you got to make it rain for me to drop the hat. So yes,
Or when you see him at Screamfest, just take that fucking thing.
Yeah. I should
Well,
ban the
how
hat
about a
till he
fight?
buys one of our shirts.
it's got a thing that
You
ties
should
it down.
actually.
So, anyways,
Oh my god,
Uh,
we should sell. You know what? I'll tell you after.
Got it.
all right. So I think everybody knows Halloween ends at this point. It'd be wild if somebody were listening to this and has never watched a Halloween movie, but it's possible. So
Possible.
Halloween Ends from director David Gordon Green. And in this, the saga of Michael Myers and Laurie Strode comes to a spine-chilling climax in this final installment of the trilogy. So 4 years after the event of Halloween Kills, Laurie is living with their granddaughter Allison and is finishing writing her memoir. Michael hasn't been seen since, and Laurie, after allowing the specter of Michael to determine and drive her reality for decades, has decided to liberate herself from fear and rage and embrace life. But when a young man, Corey Cunningham, is accused of killing a boy he was babysitting, it ignites a cascade of violence and terror that will force Laurie to finally confront the evil she can't control once and for all.
That's obviously an IMDb fucking description.
Oh, it is. There you go. So you're familiar. You're all caught up now. So, all right. I mean, who wants to go first?
I think Kruger should, as a slasher,
All right.
super slasher fan. I'm going to give it to you because I hate going first.
All right. Fuck, man. Just coming out of this movie, I felt a lot of different conflicting emotions. I'll start with what I liked about it. I actually like Corey. I think he's an interesting character, and I liked about half of what we got with his story. I think that somewhere in this movie, there's a very, very interesting thing that they kind of go with, but don't succeed on at all. And if there was some revisions there, maybe some different plot points added in there, what they had with his character would have been really fucking cool. But unfortunately, I really didn't like this one much at all. You know, rewatching all these Halloweens recently, I don't know if I was just, you know, super hyped because we're getting new Michael Myers movies or what, but they haven't held up as well as they have every year prior to the, you know, my rewatches this year. So going in, I was like, all right, well, maybe they'll take me for a loop. And even though I already know it's going to be so different than the last two films, I'm going to find something to like about it. And there's very little. I do like some of the kills and the gore and stuff, and the soundtrack hits in certain areas. I don't think the dialogue necessarily is as cringy as the other movies either. I think they kind of cleaned it up a little bit, other than a few lines that I will talk about in spoilers. And just overall, the story, I wasn't a fan of the direction they went. Like I said, there's little things in there that I was liking. I was like, oh, I'm interested to see where this is going to come out. But by the end, it just was so lackluster to where they went with it. And this being Michael's send-off, you know, and the send-off for the franchise, at least for now, it felt like a wet fart, you know, just getting out at a silent moment in the movie. And that's honestly how I felt about it. I wish I could like it more. Maybe there will be a time that I can enjoy this movie more than I do right now. But for me, this is worse than Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. And I'll stand by that. I just watched those two movies back to back. I don't like Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. And there's a lot of stuff about that movie that just makes me want to shake my screen and be like, fucking wish you would have went this way instead of this way. And I felt the same way by the end of Halloween Ends. So fortunately, we end Michael's legacy on a wet fart for now, but maybe at some point he can be brought back to justice again. I do stand by. I like Halloween Kills and I like the Halloween 2018, but this was just a really shitty way of ending the trilogy of you know, a slasher icon I enjoy, and two other movies that I like quite a bit. So,
to be fair, though, all the other like timelines end on a fart.
I get that for sure.
Although I've turned on.
I stop at Resurrection. My timeline's fine.
Yeah, well, there's that one before it. But
choose your own adventure.
Yeah, I really wish we could have, you know, hit it home. There's definitely a few moments where I'm just laughing at how stupid some of the shit we got in this movie was. And again, I'll get more into that in spoilers, but I don't think anybody in my theater left satisfied or happy at all. It felt like somebody just died in front of all of us. And I mean,
a bunch of deaths, yeah.
But it felt like a slasher icon just kind of, you know, his death was not put to justice, you know. And Halloween Ends, I feel like it should have ended on a high note and it ended on a wet fart. So,
Pugs?
Okay. I liked Halloween 2018. I liked Halloween Kills because it was dumb fun. Someone forgot to bring the fun in this movie, and I'm going to do my best not to scorch all of the earth because I do have fingers to point, and it's these cowards that cave to people that sound like Dan, because there's a story in there that I can see had, like, their initial idea. I wish they would have just went with that. I do not like this fucking movie. I think it was a waste of my time. And as an extension, this is also a waste of my time. Fuck everyone that created this movie, including the loudmouth fans. I hope you all unalive yourself. The only thing I liked about this movie was the very fucking beginning. Yes, I can, because I had to deal with you fucking assholes during the DC movies. So you all can eat my fucking ass. I'm
Same as Star Wars.
I'm trying to be as calm and cool as possible because I don't like losing my shit. But I am angry I do not like this shit. You can see my hands kind of shaky right now.
Dan's gonna
I
love
saw-
it now. I know it. I
No,
feel
that's
it.
I can guarantee it. So again, fuck
I know.
you, Dan. Fuck you, Blumhouse.
Why
you,
is
David
it
Allen
fuck
Green.
me? I've never.
Fuck all your community. Fuck the horror community. Fuck everybody at this moment. You can not.
And,
you know
and
what?
Thank
Some
you.
of
Please
you are
give
okay.
us money for
No lives
Patreon.
matter.
You can for me. You can eat shit. I do not like this movie. I do not like being this negative. So I'm done talking about it for right now. By all
I
means,
don't like
let us
being
know your
blamed
opinion.
for it.
It's your well.
It's
In my opinion, you contributed to this piece of shit that we got. So fuck you
How?
by being a
Yeah.
loudmouth internet asshole.
yeah.
Damn.
They cave to that now.
I'm not, and I am holding back because this movie is RETAR dead.
Wow.
Oh, me? Okay, I'm gonna be
Anybody?
the asshole. I didn't hate it. Didn't love it. All of them have gone down. I got excited at points. I mean, we all had to love the opening. That. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
not
that was the fucking coolest part.
okay. The fact that we got the Halloween 6 pumpkin in that title sequence, I was curious if we were going to get a thorn, because that would honestly make sense, and I was hoping for that.
There
But
was hints
then,
of that bullshit.
then we got the blue Halloween 3 credits, and
Yeah.
to me that meant we're going in a different direction.
Good
we
call.
went in a different direction.
Mhm.
I liked the final battle. I liked Corey too. I didn't like the recycled the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3 part, which I'll say in spoilers. I'm not going to say which. I like it better than in Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. I might get yelled at, but it's right there with H2O. I still haven't turned on that one. But here's the thing. I did not want I would want to do this tomorrow so I could absorb it more. So these are my initial reactions. With last year's, my rating changed in that year. So by the time we do our franchise show next year,
It's gonna be interesting. Yeah.
yeah. So right now, I had a good time with it for the most part. I mean, yeah, I'm trying to
Had you
see-
actually gone to the theater, would you still feel that way?
I might have liked it more with the audience experience.
Okay.
So
okay. My audience was just like Kruger, dead silent.
Yeah, but like I said, it felt like we just watched someone die, and everybody didn't know how to react. And
Like a beloved relative.
I had about 2 walkouts as well before the movie even ended. But Dan, come on.
yeah, I'm curious.
go.
All right, Halloween fans, I've got you covered tonight. Don't worry. I told you, Jason Blum is a fucking nincompoop. I would not trust that guy to do anything. I don't even have a funny quip. That dude is cancer to the horror genre. And oh boy, say what you will about David Gordon Green and previous work. I think he's kind of erased it at this point. This movie,
Razor show coming soon.
this movie
Can't be worse
It's-
than the last one.
fucking trash. Now, I was awfully hard on kills. I don't think. Look, I've said it before, and I'm curious tonight. I mean, this is so far pretty much all bad, except kind of sort of Todd. I can't imagine the Halloween fans are going to be able to
I'm sure there's some fucking
defend
content.
this one. Yeah, but man, look, it does. Like you said, I hated kills, but the dumb fun element is gone. I don't think that's there at all. So it's not. I've become convinced that there is a massive chunk of the fan base that just want Michael Myers killing
yeah.
people, and that's it.
Absolutely.
And there's no other substance. That's all the franchise is to them, and that's it.
Ever since
and
Loomis died, I can't even
Well,
argue with that.
well,
That's
I'm
the
not
only
calling
reason.
out anybody in particular, but those
No.
fans exist, and
I
think-
actually have a comment from one of those fans.
How about we let Dan
Oh.
finish?
well, so there's a lot to dissect here, but first of all, the basic idea of the story, even what they gave us, and I'm not we're not talking spoilers yet. The idea that Michael Myers is on the loose. He's not dead after Halloween Kills. He's on the loose. So Laurie somehow being able to move on makes no fucking sense after the events of the other movies.
There's a 2-sentence line that explains that, Dan.
It doesn't make any sense, Pugs.
I didn't say that. I said they explain it.
Sure,
I'm doing it. Go ahead and finish.
I get it.
Thing.
So the story in general is horrid. It's weird. There's no cohesion between this and the other two movies. They just go a totally new direction. And I'm all for that. If you want to start some new Halloween thing at this point, they might as well fucking go in a totally different direction. Shout out G Swanson. Sorry, I'll catch up on the chat in a bit. But there's nothing. There's no buildup. If the Corey Cunningham character had been in the other two movies, even in a small role, you might have been able to build that up a little bit. But doing it here in the final film, where Allison's totally different. And yes, I know people will defend that. It's like, well, it's been 4 years, but that character is totally different. Laurie makes no goddamn sense in this film. And if you're in it for the kills, guys, I hate to tell you this. If you just want Michael killing people, it's not a whole lot of that in this movie. There's actually probably the one kill that felt like it almost belonged in Halloween Kills and not this one, with the tone change, was just kind of a throwaway character. And it happens, no spoilers, but the one near the radio station. That's it. Like it's not going to satisfy the gore hounds, I wouldn't think. Very low body count. It doesn't feel like a Halloween movie, although at this point, I guess, what is a Halloween movie anymore? I could have almost believed, if I didn't know better, that this was like a spec script a la Hellraiser, where it was just something out there and they just decided to attach Halloween to it. It just, oh my God. It was just poorly planned out from beginning to end. The entire trilogy, nothing in this was built to. It's just awful. I will say one thing, just so it's not a complete shit fest, that this does better than Halloween Kills. The acting is a little better, including Jamie Lee Curtis, and I said it before, she's bad in Halloween Kills. Some of that's the dialogue she was given, but just the performance just wasn't good. She's fine here. It's that part is better. Other than that, I don't know. This is a movie that just doesn't feel like it's going to please anyone. And a trilogy as a whole, I'm going to say it right now, and anybody can fight me on this. Rob Zombie's movies as a whole, and he only got 2, way better than this fucking trilogy. Not saying I love him, not saying I'm a big fan. Way better than this fucking crap.
I can agree with recently watching 1 and 2 with that, weird supercut of the 2 spliced together. I had a lot more fun with that than I did revisiting this trilogy, which it pains me to say, Halloween 2018 was really high up as one of my favorite slashers in the last few years, but for whatever reason, just didn't hold up for me this time. And neither the kills, and now we got fucking ends.
Yeah, guys, I mean, I really think at this point the Halloween franchise as a whole has been lessened because of this. It's been diminished.
I wouldn't say diminished.
I think Strode was Razzie worthy in Kills. I like that she had little screen time.
Yeah, she has more in this. More than I necessarily thought, but this is not a Michael Myers. It's not a Michael Myers movie, and it's
spoilers.
No, I'm not spoiling anything. Just saying it's not. If you're looking for Michael Myers, fucking shit up, and that's all you want. You're disappointed. If you're a fan of the original film and just what I would consider the best film by far, you're going to be disappointed as much in this as you were in Kills, probably. I cannot believe how bad this is. I actually feel insulted, and I know as far as the sequels go, I'm not nearly the Halloween fan you guys are, but at this point, this is just embarrassing. If I were David Gordon Green or Bloom, I would want to go bury my head in the sand right now. They should be fucking ashamed of themselves.
I'm a little concerned because David Gordon Green is remaking Exorcist too. So
look, I can't say I won't watch
Good
that
luck.
because we're podcasters and we have to review it. I would have no
Watch it anyway.
I would not fucking watch it if I weren't a podcaster.
I mean,
Yeah.
I would, because any fucking horror franchise that has a sequel that I love, I'm gonna see. But yeah, I mean, I'm definitely questioning what's gonna happen with that. But yeah, it sucks to end on a bummer. But you know what? Terrifier 2 gave us enough Halloween love for this whole season. So I can't complain too much. Honestly, I just think slasher films for now on are tainted by Terrifier 2.
I will say this, that the lack of Halloween, like around,
Oh, did it even fucking happen on Halloween?
it was like the guest level. Just saying.
That
We'll see.
You
Would have pitted it.
motherfucker.
Would have pitted it.
God,
only
even
because
I
you're-
wouldn't compare this. fucking
Only
thing.
because you're not feeling good, Todd. I will let that.
I don't
slide.
have the fight in me. I'm just.
I know.
And again, look, I get
Kind
the only excuse I could see people like, well, they were trying to do their own thing. Fine, but this is a fucking finale, guys. Introducing these new elements with no fucking build. I don't understand. I mean,
think they used the Disney Star Wars trilogy template. Really,
They
you know
got
what?
the order wrong then.
That is better than this, and I fucking hate Disney Star Wars.
Dan, again,
That
I'm being
is-
patient
I'm
with
sure
you.
Dan hasn't even seen them all, but
I said something. I saw all the movies. That is better than this. This is trash, guys. Like, and I
Indy Phantom. You guys might as well be talking about Hellraiser 2022 for me. LOL.
And speaking of which, have you seen the new poster?
for what now? Hellraiser?
Yeah, here
Yeah.
it is.
You know what's funny? Like, I don't find that insulting. I thought the ghosts looked good in 13 Ghosts. So if you
I
wanna
know,
make
I understand that, but
comparison, hey,
I like
cool.
13 Ghosts, but it's the same
Yeah.
fucking movie. I have an
Not the
argument.
same
I can't
movie.
wait for our franchise show because I have a nice argument. I can't wait to drop.
Yeah, Hellraiser franchise show coming soon. Hopefully, we won't look like we just got back from the Nom in that one.
Do we have any more pre-spoiler stuff?
Well, we need
No.
to read it.
Well, I
Uh,
know. I was gonna go.
I'm trying to think before we get into
I'm gonna
spoilers.
check mine out.
A lot of odd decisions. We'll elaborate more in the
That is
spoilers.
for sure.
Yeah, I have nothing.
Trying
to
to think
spoiler.
anything else that we didn't hit before spoilers. Yeah, it's just hard to build to all this new stuff in a last film. If this was starting something totally new, which I have zero desire to see anything new from Bloom.
I
on
think if there was
Halloween.
more than a year gap, it would be a little different. But you go right from that to that. This was like immediate. I think if there was time, I'm not going to say you're going to like it, but it wouldn't be like we ignored all this shit and have a new character.
Yeah.
I could have gotten this 10 years later, it'd still be a fucking turd.
Yeah, that's not what I'm saying, but I'm saying that element wouldn't
Yeah.
have been as obvious. in
Yeah,
my
well,
opinion.
yeah. That's the only good thing I can say. The dialogue and the acting's not as bad as Kills, but this movie is fucking trash. Fucking trash.
All right. Okay. Yeah. We got Halloween Kills looking pretty good right about
Courtney.
Yes.
now. Oh yeah, I had my buddy who's a diehard Halloween fan. I don't know if he's in the chat today, but his comment, it's officially over, garbage. And then I saw filmmaker and Enrique Cueto was like, it's great, go see it. Those are the only like comments I've seen. Like I haven't really been on, but
I've tried to
assuming-
avoid chats. I've heard from a few that didn't like it, and that's
I think
about
it's going to
it.
be split, but I think the split is going to be a lot bigger to dislike on this one.
Dude, it's gonna be the exact same shit as last time.
You think it's going to
exact
be 50-50?
Yeah, it's gonna
That's-
be just like fucking
I-
DC. I hate it right now.
I
Some
mean, I
people
It's all
almost-
Sonic the Hedgehog's fault. You know that.
That
right?
too. No. Well,
Yeah,
they
they
caved,
listened to the
but so did Warner Brothers.
But
We're
that
not
was-
brave enough to fucking just release the movie that they paid the director to make. Fuck off.
I'm curious to hear from people that really genuinely
I'm not.
liked it, because I do not fucking understand why.
There's
And
a
that's
couple
cool
of
that you do. I'm not shitting on you.
You're doing a lot better this time, Dan, than you did on Kills. I will say, and I know you
Yeah,
like
it's
this one a lot
Probably
less.
because I'm mad.
Well, it was already
You are, or he is?
It was already.
I am
dead.
Well, I know.
no, Dan lubed this one up nice. With Kills, it was going in dry all the time.
I think the fact that you guys
I
are
came
on
prepared.
all on the same team helped.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, we don't want to strangle Dan as much, so.
I still
Just
do.
me. All right.
There is a few people though I've seen that actually had some nice things to say about this movie, and you know what?
Are they
All
big
po-
YouTubers though? Let me ask you that.
Yes, people in your community, sir.
No, I'm talking huge YouTubers. I wonder if they just feel like they have to, because Halloween fans are very weird.
I don't want to talk about your friends like that, but let's move on.
Well, all right.
Let's
So,
rate it. I'll
let's
go
rate it.
last. Dan?
You're
Yeah,
going last.
Let Dan go first.
Even though the acting is better, I guess, than Kills, this is still a fucking piece of shit. Pure garbage. I give it a 0. I give the whole fucking trilogy a 0. This is shit. Fuck Blumhouse. Fuck Jason Blum. Fuck David Gordon Green. And you know what? Fuck Jamie Lee Curtis too. Just because. It's not her
All right,
fault,
well,
but
you
fuck
can-
her.
Fuck off for that.
Because actresses want to get paid. It's not like
Yeah.
they're giving many 70-year-old actresses.
She's
big
got
roles.
plenty of shit putting money. She could have said no. Fuck you, Jamie Lee Curtis.
But you know what? She loves the fans, and that's why she did it.
Oh yeah,
I'm just guessing.
yeah. Fuck.
She's
yeah,
like,
she
fuck
loves
all you.
fans.
All right, let's. Dan's a 0.
Fucking hates us.
Are
That's
you
why she signed
similar?
on to this.
Who? Me? Oh.
Yes.
I'm gonna rate this how I felt sitting down right at the end of the movie. A fat fucking 0.
Kruger?
I can give it a 1 out of 5.
I'm only a 2.5. I'm in the middle. I wanted an extra day to absorb it, and it's probably going to change next year. That means it'll probably drop another 1. So that's where I'm at right now. You can tell I have no fight in me either way.
No lie, like before going in with this review, I was sitting more at a 1.5 and a 2, but then the more we talk about it, the angrier I fucking get. So
Yeah, I don't know. I could also be hate rating it too because of Dan, but he was good today. I'm not even like, yeah,
How often do I lose my cool, guys?
I know.
How often do I sound like a fucking real
I mean,
asshole?
dude, this is like, you know, if they desecrated Freddy Krueger in front of me, so I understand. Halloween's one of your favorite films of all time.
It's number 2, right under Howard the Duck.
It's like they just ripped his fucking glove off and just shoved it up his ass.
Or
That
made him
is
Super Freddy.
yeah.
Sorry.
Sometimes it's better.
I'll take Freddy's Dead over this shit any day. of the
I love
fucking
Freddy's Dead, but 5's shit.
Yeah.
All right,
week.
dude.
But Super Freddy's in Freddy's Dead. I thought
No, Super Freddy's in 5.
the
black and
video
white
game
Super-
shit's in Freddy's Dead.
No.
Let me ask.
Super Freddy when he gets all big and buff from the
Oh,
comic
okay.
book.
I thought you were. Well, he gets big in the video game. That's what
well,
I thought you were
yeah.
talking about.
No.
I
Well, just
have
like,
a
can we weigh this
question before we go to spoilers, though.
Okay.
After this, do you really want Blumhouse to get any of these other franchises?
Sure.
It depends
Yeah,
on the
after
director.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's not just a director issue.
It's always a gamble, dude.
Yeah. I mean,
Every fucking movie is a gamble. You could like it, you could hate it, or you could be right in the middle.
Wouldn't you rather it be with somebody else after this? I mean, isn't Blumhouse as a brand now?
I don't. I'm not a
No,
they
part
have
of that.
goodwill.
They're the
from
biggest
Black-
horror producers we have. So no, I don't want them to go
I'm-
away.
I'm not a part of that club where I'm going to lump a whole a whole company into, just a couple of movies I don't like. Granted, let me finish. There's
More than
lot
a
of-
couple.
Let me fucking finish, motherfucker. There's a lot of shit I don't like about Blumhouse. There's a lot of movies I don't like that have come out of their company. But for the stuff I do like, I'm always going to give them a chance. And I feel like that, though, all across the board. I mean, some of the worst production, companies that put out movies all the time could make something. If it's a beloved franchise of me, I'm going to watch it.
Same.
But We should give Spectre Vision the Nightmare on Elm Street property. I'm just going to throw that the fuck
That's
out
a good
there.
fit. I'm just saying that is a really good fit.
They've been begging and pleading for long enough, goddamn it. And Heather Langenkamp wants to do another movie, so get it done.
Yeah, they need to handle that. Well, Dan's already against it. He's like, no more legacy characters.
Not from Bloom.
Well,
I said Spectre Vision.
Hey, that's fine. Do a low budget one. Just low budget, creative. Yeah.
All right. So we good to spoilers? Pugs, you gonna unload it all in there?
No.
Okay. All right, guys. Give him the warning, Dan.
All right, guys. If you haven't watched the movie, or if you even still care at this point, we're going to spoil it now. There will probably be more fisting going on. Yeah. Patreon.com/fleshwoundfeatures. Please support us. Obviously, as you see tonight, we're always going to be honest. So, yeah. All right. Let the fucking commence. Spoiler warning.
Fuck.
Halloween, a new beginning.
Well, can I just say that, like, I really wanted Corey to be helping Michael. Like, in my eyes, like the way the movie was playing out, it seemed like Michael was getting more powerful after he killed that person. And I thought they were going to go with the route where Corey's kind of helping him regain his power again, so he goes on a rampage on Haddonfield, because he already got beat down so bad his house got destroyed, and that's why he's not going back every night, because I think that's the theme with these movies, at least watching them all back to back, is that Michael relives the night of Halloween over and over and over again. That's why he's always trying to get back to his house. But now that his house got destroyed, that's why he's living in the sewers. And we could have had Corey helping Michael regain his power to eventually have his final battle with Laurie Strode, or even do some sort of supernatural thing that they're been teasing with throughout the whole series, where maybe Michael all of a sudden gives his power to Corey, or that whatever's giving Michael this supernatural presence puts himself into Corey, because Corey on Halloween night had a similar tragic situation happen, and now he just wants to watch the whole world burn. So we give him Michael's power, and he goes on a rampage till eventually him and Michael meet at the end. That's what I was hoping for. And that's what and if that would have happened, I would have liked this movie actually a lot, because I thought Corey's character, I felt for him, and it made sense of him to go into that descent of madness. But to have this guy just be treated like such a little bitch at the end of the movie, and then just to stab himself in the fucking neck like that, I mean, at that point, there was no going back for me. And I already was questionable. And once he stabbed himself in the neck and was like, if nobody can't have her, whatever the fuck. Stupid.
He was an emo bitch. They were setting him up to be.
Who gets punked by a fucking marching band? Kill.
Yeah, well, and but the problem is, I think that the idea of his character is good. But if you could have had him, maybe he's getting more powerful after every person he kills, like Michael does. That's where they should have went with it, and they went with this weird romance shit, and I'm just very disappointed overall. And
out of nowhere, yeah.
Can we talk about how fucking, I gotta watch what I say, how fucking stupid the crowd surfing into them crowd surfing Michael Myers into a fucking wood chipper. What are you doing to me?
Prior to that,
hey,
said,
one thing I would have liked.
Funeral.
One thing I would have liked though.
Speak
at the very end before he got thrown into that. I had heard actually it was like a wood chipper before, but yeah, metal crusher or whatever it is.
Well,
same thing.
Yeah.
I would have liked right before they threw him in, if that Iron Lady just came out and like hit him with it one last fucking time, just throw him in.
Or the black lady from Kills push Laurie into.
She could just piss on it.
Or even if they were doing that, what would have been harder? if Michael just like in the midst of it fucking woke up and just started killing these motherfuckers while they were crowd surfing, and then the whole town has to make their way to push him. Like they could have did this ending bigger and better, and it just
I
it
think
felt
G. Swanson's Jerry, right? He says
Yeah.
it's a industrial shredder.
okay.
Okay.
Okay,
There
yeah,
you
that's
Close
the
enough, goddammit.
same thing they
Yeah.
did in TCM 3D.
Eat a dick, Dan.
I feel bad for you. I've never seen you more down on a show than
I've
this.
never been like that before.
Pugs, just remember, we're probably gonna get a Terrifier 3. It's okay.
Fuck yeah. I still like the first two. I'll
No,
just
I
never
feel-
watch this again until we have
Did
to.
it-
But
Yeah, I'm the same. Oh, go ahead. Todd.
No, I was gonna ask, did either of you like the final battle?
nope.
I mean, it was okay. I thought that
That should have been the
way-
whole fucking movie.
Yeah, I mean, it was fine, but at the same time, they made Michael such a weak. This
I
is
thought he
such-
was having a heart attack on that first kill. I thought it was.
It was
right
like-
then.
You want a wrestling? I'll do one wrestling comparison. It was Ric Flair's last match. That's what this.
No,
was.
not even. I wouldn't.
What
fucking
a
give
Ric
Ric
Flair's
that
last
much
match was
praise.
way fucking better.
Yeah.
Michael should have like just passed out.
I don't like that Michael had to have help. And there's like this, I think there was a storyline where the fucking evil changes shape line where they trying to feed this fucking stupid shit they're trying to feed us. Oh my god. I forgot what I was saying.
I felt like, didn't you guys think that all of a sudden Corey was going to get the power of Samhain, whatever the fuck?
That's
is-
what they're leaning towards because evil changes shape.
And
But
that
they
would've
didn't
been-
commit that well
I
because
wanted that
but-
thorn so bad.
I figured.
Well, and what I'm saying is, like, if they would have went with that whole Friday the 13th Part 5 thing, where he's being possessed, it's arguable
that
with
either.
Rory, but in my opinion, like, Rory is possessed by the spirit of either Pamela or Jason, and that's why he's doing what he's doing because of a similar situation that happened to him. And they could have went with that with Corey's character and turned Corey into something better than just this whiny bitch that's beating up people that are killing people that fucking just make fun of him all the time.
How I can understand again how you can be punked by a fucking marching band and then have the balls to stand up to a cop. I understand it was post
Not even the
meeting
cop.
Michael Myers, but like, dude,
Yeah, to have the balls to fucking knock Michael down like you're taking his lunch money and
I
rip
did
his
also,
mask
also
off.
hated the fact that he struggled against like Michael's just throw his ass to the ground.
Yeah, and I guess like they're going with the whole thing that it's because of how fucked up Michael got at the end of Halloween Kills, but still at the same time, if you're gonna go to the fucking realm of he's supernatural, he can't die no matter what happens to him. Let's not have some fucking whiny teenager beat him up fucking 4 years later either.
Homeboy Jerry
Yeah.
says, "How many times are we going to see Laurie Strode kill Michael Myers once and for all? No disrespect to Jamie Lee Curtis, but reminds me of how Sigourney Weaver wouldn't leave Alien alone."
I'm going to say this because something that I do like about this one, I like the finality that we got instead of that bullshit H2O ending.
That's
Sorry.
bullshit, Todd.
Nope.
She chops her
They ruined it.
fucking head off. That
They
was
ru-
smart how they brought it back. I
Yeah.
thought that was smart. They chopped the head off. That's actually my ending.
That would have been fine.
But yes, if it would have been done there, it would have been an ending.
Clearly, we are now in a timeline where you can choose your own adventure. Mine
Yes,
ended there.
We'll be getting new ones soon.
That's
I'm gonna just say mine ends after 2. Like at 2 and
Works too.
after 2 and fucking give me 3 all day. But I will say that now that we've obviously done the shit out of the Michael Myers story, I'm not going to fault Jason Blum if he gives us a sequel to Halloween 3, or somebody just give us a sequel to Halloween 3 for fuck's sake, because I want to see a continuation of that story. And if we're going to revisit this property anytime soon, that's all I want to see out of it.
You probably get a remake. I doubt you'll get a sequel to 3.
I'm fine with that.
Either way,
we're-
They
But-
can
we're
make
in
a
the
sequel
era
to the
of
remake.
they could go in the like.
True.
There's ways of making a remake, but also making it a sequel too. We could have it happen at a random town, and the next thing you know, people are finding out about this weird, bizarre conspiracy theory that happened in this one town in the '80s, and and then you can go from there and cover a bigger story. But I want to see the Silver Shamrock story continue. especially after watching all of these recently, that's still one of my favorite Halloween films of all time, and the one that I have to watch every Halloween night. So I want to see more of
too.
that if we're going to revisit this property.
It's dead to me. Fuck it. Fuck Halloween. I
I can
don't
never say
care. I can
Yeah,
say it
I'm-
twice. Fuck Halloween. It's just you have the first two movies. The first
That's
three
great
movies.
for a reviewer to just write off a franchise without seeing anything else.
I mean, I've seen plenty. I've seen
But
fucking
who knows
plenty
who's
of
going to
them.
handle it next?
I don't. Do you really want to see if they do tackle it again? It should
They
just
will.
be totally new characters.
That's no. I
And
I
then
think
a
that's what
bunch
they
of
Jake
handle.
motherfuckers
Michael,
gonna be like,
Woody.
"Why is it different? You can't win."
I'm sure. I
You know who
agree.
I
You
want
can
back.
never please every Halloween fan, but
I'm
I don't.
just-
No, I don't even want Loomis. We've done it. It's
No. I
fucking
don't want.
old.
I know. There's no Loomis that can ever be Donald Pleasant. Sorry to Michael
Yeah.
McDowell.
Make Michael Myers what he was in the first film,
I want Jamie. I
and
want
new,
Thornton.
new
But that's
story.
me.
Well,
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
I mean,
Those-
I wouldn't.
moment.
I think we're gonna get to a point when it comes to these franchises where we're just gonna have so many fucking spin-offs because we're gonna run out of ideas. We're gonna just do a sequel to fucking Six, a sequel to fucking Resurrection, and move on from there.
Kessler
Jeepers-
Garcia, Jeepers Creepers, and Halloween Ends for 2022 equals dumpster fire films. I'm not even gonna fucking argue.
I like.
Yeah,
the
I
other
mean,
one.
I'm about the same on both of them, to be honest with you.
You know what? I hated Jeepers Creepers Reborn. I would probably put that above this if it
I'm
got
not ready for
well
that
ahead.
conversation.
I'm not ready for that either. I mean, we
But-
do let's not. What's the guy who plays Michael?
Jai.
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 Jai
Yeah, I'm
Michael.
sorry.
Yeah, I know.
John something.
Yeah, I'm trying to come up with the name. I don't know because I don't really.
The guy that plays Michael, like, I think we need to give him his due. He's been undoubtedly the best thing out of all of these movies. Like, he's
Castle's
always-
cameo was cool. I liked him being the
Yeah.
weird.
But
Okay.
man, like you touched on it briefly, Kruger. But when Corey's in the cave, and bear in mind, we just watched this movie. I'm sure there's stuff we've even forgotten about. Number one, I'm not sure after falling off of the bridge, why in particular is your first move going into the sewer? Maybe I missed something there.
Michael
but,
dragged him.
he did get dragged.
He didn't go willingly. No.
Yeah.
All right. I thought he was like, well,
No, Michael dragged his ass
Either-
down there.
James
See-
Jude
seeing-
Courtney is the shape.
there
Yeah,
you go. It's close.
Yeah, I wanted to, now that we brought him up, don't mean to interrupt you, Dan, but James Jude Courtney, I think, is one of the best Michaels we've gotten. And I stand by that. I think if they're like, just like Kane Hodder is the thing to watch in those later Friday the 13th movies, I feel like he's the Kane Hodder for the Halloween franchise.
And this is
And-
the Jason Goes to Hell.
You know what? I'm not going to fucking argue with that. That's pretty accurate. Even though I think I like Jason Goes to Hell more than Halloween Ends. But I think he's a very, very good character actor, and I enjoy watching him play Michael more than I have most people. Probably, I would give it even over Tyler Mane, even though I do like Tyler Mane a lot as that Michael Myers. James Jude Courtney deserves his flowers for at least just doing this and being a good presence on screen, no matter what. Even if the script sucks, even if the story sucks and you don't like it, Michael still is badass throughout most of the series. It's just unfortunate that this last movie, he's the least badass out of.
Seeing him just get shoved around by this emo dork.
So you know what's funny though?
Oh my god.
Dan's complaints the other one was how could they fight him? He's like 70
He's-
years old. Now he's flipped on that.
He's the Terminator. Well, that's the point. There's no cohesion. In the last film, he's a fucking
Well,
Terminator.
it's 4 years older, so he's getting. a
And
little-
Lori was Rambo.
Well,
I mean,
guess it took
I think they're-
4 years to turn him into a. He went from bull
Trust
to
me,
cuck.
Dan.
Bull
4 years
to cuck.
can
Well-
make a big difference.
Well, if they would have played with the fact that Michael hadn't killed anybody in a really long time, and maybe that's why he's becoming weaker because he isn't continuously killing, and that's where he gets his power from, that would have made more sense. But Unfortunately,
Corey would have been murdered in that house, and where that little kid died, which is the best part of the fucking movie, hysterical. And
I
all of a
laughed so
sudden,
hard.
oh my god! And then all of a sudden, fucking Frank starts coming back from the ground, and they introduce Hellraiser. Okay, now maybe I'm in. Other than that, I don't like it.
This could have opened with an old, weakened Michael Myers giving blowjobs in an alleyway to survive.
all right,
And
let's
it still
you
wouldn't
shut your
finish.
fucking mouth.
I also didn't
There we
like.
go.
I'm not
Give
gonna-
him the hate.
I also didn't appreciate them showing clips from the better movies in this shitty movie where I'm like, why are you hearkening back to a better time that I had? It's too little, too late.
I
for
was
me.
I was gonna say that too. Actually, yeah, it's like that's the worst.
And
thing.
then when they use the famous shot where like, oh, this is what happened here, what happened here, I was disgusted. I'm like, every place is pristine and clean. No carnage happened here. What? Why are we doing this? What's her ass? Darcy was there. That was a cool cameo.
But she gets killed off screen, which is like
That is a
lot
big
of
problem
them.
too. We had a
He
lot.
He should have ripped them titties out and started stabbing them shits. Like, come
Now-
on now.
Here's my question: did anyone clock the time when Michael shows up? I think that's going to be a big.
I turned my phone off because
I would
had my phone been
say-
on, I would have been on it, and I'm not one of those assholes.
The actual Michael Myers, would you say 5 minutes of screen time, maybe?
No,
Give or
there's
take?
No,
Oh,
the
there's
fight's
more than
about
that.
the fight's about that long.
When it's
At the end.
actually him.
I would
Well,
say
that's
about
most
Yeah.
of it.
I'd say about 10 to 12 minutes. Or I'd say 10.
There's around 10 minutes of actual Michael. But to get back to my point earlier, I think Indy wanted me to explain myself why I feel some of the fans are to blame. But it's mostly the cowards that cave to them. They want to. So with the rewrites and reshoots, instead of catering to the money they already had, the fans like me, Kruger, Todd, not you, Dan, would just give us what we wanted and continue that story. Instead, they went back and tried to make something that can please everybody. And instead, they made a fucking shit show that I'm sure some people like, but like diehards like myself, I'm like, I want nothing to do with this one. So again,
If I made the movie, y'all would have loved it.
probably a whole lot more than this.
Thank you,
Again, I see what I said earlier and double it down. Fuck everyone.
I think there's a fair like comparison when we do look at these three movies and then we look at the Texas Chainsaw movie that just came out this year. The Texas Chainsaw movie that came out this year, by no means is it a perfect film, but it goes for a concept and fucking runs with it, and it almost makes fun of our genre right now with the woke themes being thrown in the story, the fact that there's a legacy character after 50 years that's going to meet up with their attacker after all this time, and it takes on all of that and shits all over it and just says, fuck you, I'm Leatherface, I'm going to cut everybody off, there will be nobody left. And that's what I would want out of these Halloween movies if we ever got them again, is to do something like that. Because I was very, very worried about Texas Chainsaw Massacre. All I wanted was to watch Leatherface massacre the fuck out of people. And that's what that movie gave me, on top of all these hidden tidbits that I think half the audience didn't even understand. And if we're ever going to revisit Michael Myers, let's give it that, where I can just root for Michael the whole time, fuck everybody else, and have a gory bloodfest.
Hey Todd, can you put a link to our review of Terrifier 2 there? Tania Rahman wants to check it out. Yes, we've seen it, and we recommend you see it.
Yeah, absolutely. If you can get into the theaters to go see Terrifier 2, it just got an extension for I think the end of this week.
Mhm.
No,
Okay.
for the end of this week. So make sure you get in the theater. Hopefully it gets another extension, but we don't know right now. Fingers crossed. That's the in my opinion, if you're going to support a single horror movie at all this year, and I don't have any more spoilers, so you can take this down if you guys don't.
Dan, do you have any more spoilers?
Might have a couple more. I'm trying to remember what we didn't hit, but the DJ scene, very odd, because that one was like the one gory.
I
Kill?
actually like that character. The only one that showed up to somebody.
It felt
Also,
like
it was Danny.
It
I,
almost
I
felt
also like
they
Danny from the first one, the little black kid.
Oh, which
He was
did
funny.
pop up?
It almost felt like they shot it for Halloween Kills and inserted it here because it just like
The fight scene was.
yeah. I mean, but why did you like? So much was off screen when it's like a main, like the mom, Corey's mom.
Yeah,
Like, that I don't get. Like-
off-screen kill with that, off-screen kill with Darcy, off-screen kill with one of the guys in the junkyard. There was way more off-screen stuff than I was wanting and hoping for. And definitely they should have showed him killing his mother for sure.
Oh yeah, and then Lindsay just disappears.
Yeah. What the fuck happened with her character?
I thought she was going to have a bigger role in this. That's
Yeah,
I mean,
it started out that way,
Yeah.
and then
I would
she
like a
just
scene where
disappears.
she saw it happening on the TV. Fuck this, and just got
I'm
out.
and also I'm still mad at Halloween Kills for not letting us see Tommy Doyle get murdered. And they reminded me how angry I was at that. Like that fucking baseball bat kill is bullshit.
I also really wanted Lori to pull the fucking trigger. Did you really think I was going to kill myself? I was hoping, bitch.
wouldn't that have been just at this point, just like
That would have been
him, like,
satisfying. No
have
shit.
him like walk and just like Michael being like, "What the fuck?" Like,
I mean,
just sitting
It
there
would,
dead.
in my opinion, it would have been more powerful if she killed herself and then what's her granddaughter's name? I forget.
Alice.
Allison.
If Allison came home and saw her like that, and the next thing you know, you have fucking what's his name? Corey pop up behind her, and then they have a big final battle. Like that would be interesting. And then you could even go with the thing. Corey takes him out. I did this all for you. I did it all for you. And then Michael pops up behind him and fucking kills that motherfucker. And then you could have Allison and him have the final battle. Granted, people would wanting to see the final battle between Laurie Strode and Michael would be very upset at that. But I would have went with that
Already.
more than
Go for it.
They did such a terrible job trying to establish that romance with those two. Like I was just like, this is the fucking movie you're going for?
There's parts missing because there's
Ugh.
you can see in
Well,
some of the editing
extended
like the
edition-
hand holding is what.
There's no fixing this movie.
Well, I'm curious. The one thing here's a big complaint for me.
Ow, fuck.
The turn, like all of a sudden the granddaughter's like, all right, we're cool.
yeah.
After she just leaves.
Well, I think it was because she got the call from what's the Joe Biden looking motherfucker's name?
The sheriff.
Is he the same guy that was in Swamp Thing, by the way? Okay.
Yeah, Swamp Thing.
Yeah.
The series? I
Yes,
don't know.
yes, he was.
Is he
The rich,
okay?
the rich guy? Yeah, yeah.
Because I remember when I was watching Swamp Thing, I was like, "What is Joe Biden doing popping?" Up? But I said it rewatching these new Halloween movies too. I think it was because his character called Allison and said that we got a suicide call from Laurie's house,
See,
and that's why she turned back.
See, I thought she went to his house or to the junkyard to find him and then realized she was Michael Myers. But either way, that should have been a scene, whichever.
Well, no,
version.
she left
It was.
after that and then came back.
That's what I'm saying. Did she leave and go to find him at the lot, which would make sense since she couldn't find him, and then see all the dead kids? Or did she get, or was she, I mean, that's what I think happened, just for the fact that would be like, if you can't find someone you initially, that would be the first place I think she goes. But I didn't even think about the call. But either way, a scene should be there to explain that.
Oh, there
Did
go.
you?
Punisher Batman fan says she saw the radio station burning, so she probably stopped, talked to the cop. That's when he told her,
Okay.
"Hey, your fucking granny's about to off herself."
Did you laugh that Corey's dad like had his like video game shit at work and he wasn't?
That
spending
guy
a
was
lot
one of the
time
coolest
with
characters in the damn
him.
movie.
Make him.
He was the
Just make
nicest human.
him.
I wanted to
Make
have
him,
spaghetti
bro.
with that man.
Dude, he was
That's
the
why you like
nicest human being. When he goes after Corey's mom fucking bitch smacks him and treats him like shit, he goes, "I hope you find love someday." Like that I felt that. I was like, "You're a good stepdad," or whatever the fuck you're supposed to be.
I think the best ending has been pitched.
Jerry says, I think the movie should have ended with Laurie and Michael on the beach in Cancun sipping pina coladas, and Michael says, I can get used to this, and tips his shades.
But then you got to end it with Joe Biden sniffing his mask. Since you introduced that.
Oh, geez. Okay, are we done with spoilers, Dan? Do you have anything left?
Let's see.
I did not like that they left Michael Myers' mask on the table in the famous
was
last
dumb as
shots.
shit. Why wouldn't you stick that shit in the fucking blender with him?
What?
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, God,
Fuck this
man.
movie.
It-
All right.
Also,
I
so much-
hated the others, and I'm still depressed at how
We got-
bad this was.
we get too much unmasked Michael too throughout this thing.
Yeah.
I'm glad they finally did it. If that's what you were gonna do right at the end, give me that shit. Get out of
But,
here.
like they couldn't have made it look cooler. You know,
They could have.
Like,
They could have done a bunch of things. That could
like, do you remember that shot of him at the end of Kills where he has almost like a weird skull thing looking on his face when he's looking at himself in the mirror? There's a shot that looks badass as fuck. And I was just like, is that what's underneath? Like, you know, maybe we could have stripped some skin away.
Make it a
and
silver
show-
shamrock mask.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Yeah, I mean, that's another, before we get out of spoilers, that's another thing that I was thinking of that I was like, I mean, it wouldn't necessarily make sense with everything we've gotten in this series, but at the end, if they fucking come up with the thing that it's because of the Silver Shamrock Company, that would have been rad. Well, like, dude, you could have even went as far as they went back and had the clown mask Michael had in the first movie. That was from them, and then it created evil inside of him. So when he got the other mask, it exasperated things, made him supernatural. That would have been the perfect, in my opinion, the perfect way to end this, and then move on to something greater. But
I
unfortunately,
popped for the blue credits because I was hoping that meant Silver Shamrock.
Me too.
It's just,
I'm surprised they didn't just tease, even if they had no intentions of doing the movie, like, because they had to look at the final cut of this and say this is a piece of shit. We better give them
that would,
something
you
at
know
the
what?
end.
That would be fucking hilarious if Jason Blum's like, you know what? Fuck everybody. Let's make this the shittiest possible as a big fuck you, like Todd said that Black Christmas 2019 is. If that's the case, my
He seems
opinion
like
will
the
turn
guy.
around. So, Jason, if you fucking watch this, you let me know if that's the case. Cool. If not, we're gonna have problems. We're gonna have problems.
Before we get out of spoilers, there's also a fan thing, or just something that came out a while ago about Michael Myers being nailed to a cross before he was put in the blender.
Yeah,
And
the
I would-
table it's not a cross.
I mean,
No,
he's pretty much doing the Baphomet fucking
No,
sign.
But what I'm saying is, like, in my head, when I saw that little leak or whatever the fuck, I was like, are they literally going to crucify this motherfucker and stick him in the fucking...
Can you imagine if they did it Passion of the Christ style?
I
That's
mean,
what
you
I'm
might as well have
saying.
dragged the cross
45
straight to the
minutes and
fucking
they're-
junkyard.
45 minutes and they're just kicking the shit out of him. Like, let's-
Actually, that's funny. I would watch that. That would make sense from the ending of Kills. Like, oh, they
It would've
overpowered
been-
him.
You see
it would've
Michael
been
on the...
better than this.
You see Michael on the cross. You're going to use them whipping chains on the wall? I hope you don't use those on me.
Lori, why have you forsaken me?
I was laughing though when we're having like the end game moment when everyone was showing up when they're walking to the.
Dude,
That
I
movie
hate
sucks too.
I literally laughed when they were crowd surfing him. I thought that
Yeah.
was the most absurd thing I've ever seen. Just because all I wanted was Michael to wake up and just stab a couple of motherfuckers on the way in there, just to show that evil never dies. But then they're gonna make him die. That could have been so much cooler.
They need to have some metal
whoops.
music that they like, just with him doing the crowd surf. They need to make a funny video.
I think we
They
can
did.
make
It's the
that
movie.
happen.
All right.
Uh,
Done with
Cast-
spoilers?
I think. Are we? Probably.
I think so.
Okay.
And I don't know how to say his first name. Castler Garcia.
Castellar?
Yeah,
think-
he says maybe it is in the contract to make a bad film as the last film. Do not satisfy the fans, so they want better Halloween for the future. You know
They
what?
did a great job then.
Yeah, you hit your goal, Bloom.
Although I
This-
flipped on Resurrection.
Resurrection's
I'm
better
never
than
gonna
it,
flip on
and
that
I don't
piece.
like that.
No,
I don't
it's-
like.
I'm
the
not going to
movie.
go that far. I'm not
No,
going to go that far.
I can just laugh and watch it like I can with Kills. This isn't there yet. Like I said, for me to rate this the way I did is low for me on a Halloween picture, and
You
that
could
tells
get-
you something.
You
I
could
gave it
get-
a 0, Todd.
I understand.
And there's a
that.
child death.
You could have Pete Davidson as in the Busta Rhymes role, and he could just cut his fucking head off. It'd be better than this movie.
Oh fuck! What's this stupid movie?
Be
Bodies,
careful, we're
bodies.
out of spoilers now. Just Yeah.
But I'm saying bodies. You have them bring one of them motherfuckers out and cut Michael's head off.
Well,
It wouldn't lose any more credibility. So, yeah.
All right. Well,
On that
note,
negativity.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, any newbies, please subscribe. Please hit that thumbs up if you haven't. It definitely helps the channel grow. And share on your social media. Share it far and wide. All these Halloween fans that, yeah. Although I don't think we're gonna get any backlash off of this one. Honestly,
I won't.
I don't give a fuck.
I am
I don't-
closing the night looking at other people's reviews now because I'm so fucking curious because I just don't know how you defend this one.
I'm gonna distance
But-
myself from this movie for a while. It's gonna be hard because the internet's loud and obnoxious, but I can try. I can try.
You
But
don't have
if
to
Hall-
watch it for a year.
Well, and if
Don't we
Halloween
have
Ki-
to watch it on? Well, never mind. Never mind.
Oh, that's that's not finalized. We'll talk.
Hey, Vicente's got a good pitch here in the chat
Read it.
for
Oh, Pugs. If this was going to be a worse Halloween installment, it was written by Lucifer Valentine and Tom Six Human Centipede Vomit Voice and ooh, dude, are you having me with Tom Six? Let's get it going.
Mhm.
Lucifer Valentine would definitely.
Alright.
Yeah.
There's a ton of people that love the shit out of it. I
Mhm.
like that it did something different. But again, I'm in the middle. I still haven't fully
Did it
processed
do something
it.
different, sure, but for me, swing and a miss.
Yeah.
And I think if you didn't get the slasher carnage you wanted out of this, make sure you go see Terrifier 2 in the theaters this weekend because
That will deliver that.
that will deliver. And you'll I stand by this. I can't look at another slasher movie the same after watching that, especially ones that have come out this year. So get your tickets. I think it's playing through this weekend. Hopefully it can get another extension that's playing throughout the rest of the month. But if not, there's pre-orders right now going out for the Blu-ray and stuff. Highly recommend Terrifier 2 if you're a slasher fan. As we said, it is a blowjob for slasher fans.
And this is pretty much like an unwanted thumb up the ass. So
This is what I got in the Purge 2
All of
theater.
them. Nah.
Took you a second.
Is that it?
Right. Yep.
I guess that's it, guys. Likes, subscribe, share, all that good stuff, and good night. We finally got it over with tonight.
Evil died tonight.
Yeah, Evil did that tonight.
Our
Say so.
spirits did.
Fuck everyone. I'll see you in Disneyland.